where we're going to look at Doomcock for a second. I wanted to do this a while back, but things happened. It had to be delayed quite a few times. But it is still relevant because Spider-Man keeps breaking tons and tons of box office records. It's doing very well. My own opinion is, it's fine, but I'm more of a fan of the classic canon, Spider-Man from the 60s to 90s. I do respect what Raimi did with his trilogy and maybe the animated series. I don't have much of a hunger for Spider-Man media anymore because I just don't think the character really exists anymore. He's been destroyed and decimated through so many stories and so many betrayals that if you enjoyed the new Spider-Man, good. I don't really care that much. But of course, Doomcock and others who allegedly really know the character have been doing a bandwagon that this is not woke. We should support Spider-Man. It's a sign that things are getting better in the cultural war and blah, blah, blah. We're going to hear him enthusiastically praise the film, but he says something very, very curious.
Brilliant, my friends. Doctor Strange essentially rips holes in the multiverse, attempting to do a simple spell to make everyone forget that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. And as a result, we fans get to indulge in a wondrous orgy of geek celebration, seeing not only past Spider-Men, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, but also the greatest villains of past Spider-Man films, including Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin, Alfred Molina as Doc Ock, Jamie Foxx as the Shocker, Thomas Hayden Church as Sandman. We get to see the Lizard. We even get a brief cameo with none other than Matt Murdock, Daredevil himself. I mean, this was an explosion of pop culture perfection here, folks. Everything a fan could ask for. Talk about paying tribute to the past. This movie enshrines the past.
Well, I get it if he's a passive fan. I guess he mixed up Electro with Shocker because they basically just blast people with electrical volts or whatever. But they're not the same character. They're very distinct people. They have different names. Even within the new retcons and all the things, the crazy things they're doing with Spider-Man, no, they're still separate characters as far as I know. How they've adapted Electro, I don't always like. People are going on about how Electro is black, but even though I like the animated series, they did make a few errors in the way they did Electro. I thought was not a good idea. So you can not like what they did with Electro, but Shocker? There is no Shocker in this film. I have no idea what he's talking about. Now, to be super generous as possible, apparently in certain parts of the scenes, we do see additional people, like the Rhino at the very end, and things like that. When they're seeing the alternate dimensions, we do get a glimpse of other people. And then there's the Venom cameo. So, again, trying to tally every single thing shown might take some time. From what I hear, there's even a cameo by one of the older Spider-Man actors, but I didn't catch that. So, again, being super generous, I'm not claiming that there may not be cameos outside the usual that we know of, besides the Green Goblin, Electro, and Sandman. But as far as the Shocker, no, I don't see any evidence whatsoever that there's the Shocker. But of course, if you're a passive fan, you probably don't know that, and it's all one thing to you. If you really didn't read the comics, then yes, Electro and the Shocker are the same person. But I did read the comics, read quite a few of the comics. Some of the issues I have are specifically about the Shocker and Electro, so I know for a verifiable empirical fact, they are not identical. They are very different people. And there I go, depending on the comics to guide me. So there we are. So again, Doomcock puts on an amusing act, but really, he doesn't know as much as he claims to. But of course, when he's presenting his, "My friends, I need your help. My friends, maintain the hatred. My friends, I need a super chat." He keeps babbling on about how he's such an expert in terms of the comics, Star Wars, and so on and so forth, but you really listen to him carefully. It's like, I don't think you know as much as you say you do. Again, the rest of the review was fine, but that one was like, wait, what? Wait, what'd you say? That wasn't a Shocker? Yeah, I've noticed that a few times, but overall, he does do some good reviews here and there. He did actually a very good review with Justice League, and I will, to be generous, I will actually feature that. Looking at the 1-year anniversary of Justice League, I'll be looking at various reviews, including himself, because that's what I am. I'm actually even-handed, unlike him, who's extremely partisan and also extremely, extremely stupid, especially regarding Spider-Man.